Yo, what's up Freeze Army and welcome to the Safe Room Explosion Challenge set in Paris. My name is Mr. Freeze2244. For this one we're just going to use our default items. We're not really going to use anything else anyway. So from the get-go, what we're going to need to do first of all is go and get the evacuation plans. And where they are is actually going to be in the basement area. So we're just going to head straight there first and grab those before we can move on to the next part. Because if you don't get the evacuation plans, the rest of this particular walkthrough will not work at all, because the bodyguard that we're going to subdue a little bit later on, he's going to drop a mobile phone, and if you don't get those evacuation plans, he does not drop that. So once you come down to the basement here, we're just going to wait for this stylist to go past first, and then we're going to go into the security room and take a look at those evacuation plans. So just wait for the stylist to go past, and we're going to run down the end, all the way down here to the end, and then go through the last door. Crouch as you enter the room and examine the evacuation plan just by the table there. Stay crouched as you crouch run out of the room once you've completed that. From here on out you are free to run, so we're just going to run straight through the basement area because we need to get over there, out on the other side, and we need to set up the next part of the plan. Once you come through this little pantry here, make sure you pick up the emetic poison that's just going to be on the shelf. Hug the wall to the right here as you come through this kitchen and up to this door here and all the way up the stairs. Now at the top of the stairs there's going to be two people having a conversation. As you open the door you'll be able to hear them clearly, and we're going to need to wait for these two to finish their conversation before we can go past them, because one of them is an enforcer, so we have to wait for them, otherwise they will see through the fact that you are in a trespassing area, so you don't want to get captured. So we're just going to wait for them to finish their conversation and wait for the enforcer to walk past. Once you've done that, what we're going to need to do now is just leave the room, head all the way down to the other end of the corridor, and then subdue the waiter that's just hanging outside of a bathroom just right here. Once you've subdued him, make sure you drag his body into the nearby bathroom, and then put his body in the nearby closet. Grab his disguise, and head into the kitchen, and then poison the sushi that's just laid on the table. Once you've done that, go back into the bathroom and put your suit back on, because now we need to head up to the party. So run out of the bathroom, head through this middle door over here, and then outside. If you take a left and go around the other corner of the building, there's going to be a pipe just over here. Climb all the way to the top and then get onto the balcony that's right on the top floor, because that's going to be where the Iago auction is going to be. So now we need to go and get the remote explosive. If you've already got one already unlocked after completing several of these challenges, you can go ahead and bring that in your inventory already, and you won't have to initiate all this planning. But just in case you haven't got it in your inventory, this is the reason why I've shown you how to go and get the remote explosive. So once we're on the top of this balcony here, we're going to run outside of the party, go to where the top of the stairs are over here. There's going to be an auction staff member standing outside of a door. We're going to walk in there, climb over this railing here, and shimmy across on this ledge, and then climb into the bathroom that's just here. This is going to be Dahlia's bathroom. So go in the corner, there's going to be a clock radio, so you want to turn that on. Hide behind the closet, because there's going to be a bodyguard coming in, so wait for him to come in first. And then as soon as he comes in, what you want to do is subdue him, making sure you turn off the clock radio as soon as possible, because it might attract a guard, and we don't want that to happen. So make sure you turn that clock radio off, and then dump his body in this closet, and then grab his bodyguard's disguise. As you see there, when you use instinct, Novikov is just going into that kitchen now. The bodyguard is going to be taking some of that sushi, and he's going to get poisoned, and he's going to be a little bit sick. So while that's happening, we're going to head into this attic right here. There's going to be a bodyguard over there drinking his coffee. Now, usually when you come into the attic, he tends to put his coffee down, as you just about to see there. He puts his coffee down and initiates a conversation with the other bodyguard. But if you're fast enough, you can just skip all that and just go and grab the remote explosive that's by the computer. And then once you've done that, you want to leave the room and then slide all the way back down the pipe that we climbed up from the beginning. At this point, you'll see the Novikov bodyguard being sick into the bathroom. So that's where we're going to need to take him out and grab his phone. Now, on some occasions, when you poison him, he has a tendency to go outside to the left just there while you just run past, and he will go and be sick in a bin. If that is happening to you, I advise you to just restart and do the same thing again, and he will eventually come and be sick into the bathroom. On most occasions, he will come into the bathroom and be sick into this toilet, but once you've done that and you've subdued him and hid him into the closet, make sure you pick up his phone, and then what we're going to do now is head all the way to the safe room where the explosion is going to happen. So you just want to run up these steps and then take a left once you exit these doors right here. We're going to cut through these rooms on the right because there's a camera down the bottom, and we don't want to get spotted by the camera, because otherwise it will spoil any... we will get spotted otherwise, which we don't want that to happen. So whenever you want to, you can just pull out your phone and then initiate the call and call in the emergency. What that's going to do is, because Novikov and Macaulay is going to come into this room here. This is the evacuation room. So what you want to do from this point is pull out your remote explosive and just place it on the floor, just by this table. And then once you've done that, all we've got to do at this point is just wait for Novikov and Macaulay to come into this room. They will be standing right in front of the desk, and once that happens, we're just going to explode it, and that will complete the safe room explosion challenge. So we just got to wait patiently at this point. He does come, Novikov does tend to come with some security guards that can see through this bodyguard disguise, so you need to watch out for that. So to be safe, I'd advise you to just crouch and hide behind this desk that's just behind me right there. So here comes Novikov, he's just going to come in the room. I'm not sure if they've changed things, because this has been recorded in January 2017. Now before, in the year of 2016, when I've done this challenge before, the guards usually come in the room. So it's a little bit different now, how the guards don't come in the room now. So it's a little bit easier than it used to be. So once they're in this position here, you want to explode it. Then you'll get all the explosion kills and all that kind of stuff. Just going to exit the room now. And eventually in the top right corner, the safe room explosion challenge will be completed in the pop up top right corner of your screen. So that's going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit like on the video if it helped you out. Subscribe here if you are new to the channel for more challenges. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.